Lunatics, I gave you a prediction. I told you what I think is going to happen with the market. It actually didn't do what I said I thought was going to happen yet. But we did have a little bit of a surge back. So let's break it down. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Okay, so here we are. This is the daily chart right now, and you can see that we've got this little candle minted at the time of me recording this. The issue is we had that big test again at 68 and got rejected one more time at 68, and it looks on the hourly just like this. Now, I told you that we were going to do this. Then I told you that there's probably a reason for correction. Then we had this kind of surge after we got back to that 382 line, and we surged back up to 68.40. Now, that usually represents very positive momentum. It looks like the market wants Terra Luna Classic to surge. Now, why is it not surging? And the answer to that is the U.S. economy. We just did a 25 basis point rate cut, and the market did not pump. As soon as we saw new buyers step in, we started to see massive sell-off happening. And what that means is that market makers are now fighting with new investors to try to keep price suppressed. Now, what is the reason that they're trying to keep the price suppressed? It's my estimation. I only have an estimation of that. And the estimation would be that they're just waiting for the Clarity Act, because we also had information about the Clarity Act. Over the next couple of weeks, the U.S. market, we've got quantitative easing. We've just dropped 25 basis points. And of the 16 governors in the Fed, 14 of them voted for rate cuts. So rate cuts are a thing right now, and they're probably going to continue. But quantitative easing, the government is going to pump $40 billion into the U.S. economy by buying U.S. treasuries on the open market over the next 30 days. That is a massive liquidity move, which would mean that the U.S. market is now looking at the stock market as its next big spot to go. So it is my belief, and we'll see Bitcoin run. We're going to see a nice move from Bitcoin, by the way, in this, and we should see the rest of the market do the same. But if you look at the chart over here, the Dow Jones up 500 points today, but crypto was down, which is very weird. Okay, it is very weird that you're not ending on a nice positive day. But that's, again, a testament to the fact that money is being sucked out of crypto to go into the Dow Jones or go into the SPY or NASDAQ, because that's the next big play with this liquidity coming in. Now, that will lead to Bitcoin pumping, which will lead to the rest of the market pumping. So what ultimately happened here is we didn't go down. Like I said, again, I thought that we were going to have a move to this downside, this daily chart right here, that we would probably come to this purple line right here, which is the 200 MA, and that's sitting at around 52 right now, not even close. So this is a great sign for a massive recovery. So I suspect over the next couple days, provided we don't have another black swan sort of event, we're going to see a test of this top up here, and we're going to see a breakout, with that breakout probably reaching the range on the next big move to the 1618, which is the golden zone, which is at 3017. We've talked about that a couple times so far. And then ultimately this big move up here to 3028. Now, those should be really good moves. That's not the end of it. That's just the beginning. Now, volume is still 281 million. Let's look at Binance real quick, and you'll see that it's down. We're about 106 million on Binance right now. Significant numbers, not incredible though. We want to see so much more coming through Binance, but listen, I'll take a good couple of days here. We're over 700 million right now in trade volume on Binance since the start of this month. If we can get that and we can continue something like that for a few more days, get into that maybe 2 billion sort of range, it's going to be a phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal, amount of burns. So fingers crossed that we still see some of this excitement continue. We're only down 20% in trade volume on the day, again, while the market was dipping, while there was no reason for it to dip. Also, same thing over here on USTC. Again, I'm not going to tell you that I think you should get some USTC. I just do not feel it, but the market is not listening to me at all. Okay, it really is 77 million in volume. That's a great number. Let's look at the burns. So the burns are up to 1.943 billion over the last 7 days. And We had another one today, 234 million were burned. That was more than, or right around the same as the day before, twice as much as the day before that, about same. Like, we're having some really good days. And when we come down here and we look at the USTC supply, we're also seeing 162,000 getting burned. I don't think that's significant, but it is a lot when you look at what's been happening. You know, you can come over here and look at some of these days here where we've had 12,000, 20,000, 7,000. I mean, just recently, you know, these are fantastic amounts of burns on USTC. I don't feel it, but maybe you do. Now, before we go any further, this video is launching at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time in the United States. Terra Casino, I'm doing a $50 giveaway. If you have a username, my live stream is 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to tune in, we're going to give away $50 for Terra. Terraport, where you go to buy your utility and your meme coins. Everybody asks me, I get messages all the time from people asking me, Bleaves, where do I buy Terra Luna Classic? And the answer, Terraport.finance. You can buy with a credit card. You can buy however you want. The world is yours, baby. Just do it. Now, volume starting to come down again. We're starting to see that trickle back to the downside on DeFi. But again, we need to get rid of the taxes. Voting proposals, the upgrade to 3.6.1 seems like it's going to go through. And the Agora looks like it's actually going to go through. We're very, very close right now. There's still a lot of no. There's still a lot of no with veto. You know, the goblins and the ghouls, they're going to do whatever they can to prevent progress on this blockchain. So, but again, at the end of the day, just start talking on Agora. I mean, you can say that you want, and if there is no official forum for Terra Classic, you still go to Agora and do all of your business on the Agora, and there's nothing that any of these ghouls and goblins can do. They just have to sit down, shut up, and start logging into Agora if they want to be part of the discussion. If they don't want to be part of the discussion, they want to post something somewhere else, you just ignore it. I mean, they're not. By the way, let me point out that all these goblins that are doing this, they don't put up proposals of their own. They don't do anything. Just think about that. Now, finally, we do have an article up here talking about the extended rally, which, again, this was not predictable. This was a really good extended rally, and the upgrade momentum fuel bullish outlook. Now, does that really work here? So we're talking about 3.6.1. This upgrade, by the way, this upgrade might fix a few things. I don't know yet. The upgrade was successfully tested on the Rebel 2 testnet. Once implemented, this upgrade is expected to bolster the security, functionality, and reliability of the Terra Classic blockchain. Remember, places like Weeks, they didn't upgrade to 3.60. So 3.61 could fix some of those problems. We'll see what happens over the next couple of days because this was backward compatible, that they were doing some fixes to things that were broken from the previous 3.6.0 upgrade. So we might see a nice little positive outcome from that, and people are going to get excited. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I got a little bit long today. I'm trying to keep this very, very short, but it's not financial advice.